Greeting and welcome everyone to the 3 days teaching program titled Mind Training in the Lamrim and Manjushri Empowerment with His Eminence Khangser Rinpoche, jointly organized by the Department of Religious Study at the University of West and Deepkar, USA. My name is Miro Sakya and I am the Chair and Associate Professor in the Department of Religious Study. Today is an auspicious day and it is my great pleasure and honor to introduce our distinguished speaker. His Eminence Khangser Rinpoche. Rinpoche was born in Kathmandu, Nepal in May 1975. At 5 years of age, a search party positively identified him as the incarnation of the 7th Khangser Rinpoche. He studied Buddhist philosophy extensively, achieving higher honors and a Geshe Larampa degree. Khangser Rinpoche has established many Deepkar centers around the globe, spearheading philanthropic effort such as providing free food to those in need. He also established the Deepkara Vajrayana Institute to offer free Dharma education to all who wish to learn. He is considered one of the great Buddhist teachers of the modern age. He has dedicated his life to providing spiritual medicine for what ails a broken spirit, believing his mission is to help as many suffering beings as possible. Rinpoche recently became the abbot of Gyuto Monastery, Dharamsala, India. On behalf of University of West, we would like to congratulate Rinpoche on such a prestigious position. His latest publication is A Monk Guide to Finding Joy, How to Train Your Mind. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Khangser Rinpoche.
So I'm not prepared, but so I will talk that what comes into my mind. So first thing is that you should know that mainly that what the importance of the mind training. So generally, I'm working with now the couple years back. I'm working with the different scientists. We are working on it, and especially that I have a lot of the different projects, but some projects are very related with the scientists. And right now, what I'm doing is that one project is that collaborating with one medical university and hospital in Taipei called the Duncan. I'm not so sure. Duncan is one of the leading hospital in Asia, and it's in Taiwan. And what I'm doing with them is that with the people, we'll take the blood, and they will we'll do the blood test and see that they are the immune system level. Then I'll introduce the meditation for the 6 weeks. Then after 6 weeks later, again they have to do the blood test and see how the meditation affects them. So we did the pilot test and we got a very interesting result. And we saw that they are having the big changes in the immune system level after practicing for the 6 weeks. So now we are going to the mass. So I'm not very sure that, have you heard the word called IRB, Institutional Review Board? No? It's called, whatever you do, any of the research or when you have to do something like a scientific research, that paper is very important. It is like authorizing you do some tests on the human. So I got the IRB, and the IRB, they mentioned my name and I'm the investigator. So that means that technically I'm the scientist. Technically, okay? That is one thing. So technically I'm scientist means I'm doing introducing the meditation, not to only to change the human's mind, how can it change the human's body immune system? Collaborating with one of the leading hospital of Asia. It's that hospital name is Duncan, and it's in the Linkou in Taiwan. Okay, Duncan Hospital. This is the one project I'm doing. Another project is that I'm working with some of the European scientists, and we are working, that's called the brain health. And what we are doing is that after my US trip, I'm going to Italy, in the Florence, and we are having the very big seminar. I'm not so sure in the Florence.
Recording in progress.
Florence, there is, have you heard Da Vinci, the famous artist, Da Vinci? And Michelangelo, have you heard that? Michelangelo, Da Vinci, they have the masterpiece of their art, masterpiece of their painting in the Florence, the town hall. They are organizing this time my meeting in that hall, where they will hang the Da Vinci, the painting, one side of Michelangelo painting. So many people are so interested and told me that they are not interested in my talk. They are more interested in the place where I'm going to give the teach. Wow, real the Da Vinci painting and the Michelangelo painting is they will arrange that painting when I give the talk. So my point is that here I'm working with that European scientists, and what we are doing, we are planning to make the one app, and this app to teach the people how they can build up their concentration power. It's an app, it's like a game app. If you can concentrate well, you will get the point. So we are working on that, and this app is, we are not only we are just doing it, we'll collaborate in the European Union, the Commission, which the office in Brussels in Belgium. So this app, why we are doing is that right now is that in the Europe, this is especially the Europe, and what the scientists they found is that they do the small research of the people's focusing power, of the concentration power. What they found is that they bring the 30 students and they give the one paper to read the paper, one paper, and after they're reading the paper, and what happened is more than 70% of the students do not remember that what they write in that paper. Not because of they could not understand, because they could not focus at all. They're just reading without focus. After that, they could not remember it at all. So this is one global, the big issue. Another is addiction. You know, there are lots of the youngsters, they are having the addiction of the game addiction, internet addiction. Now the addiction is very. So we are making the one game app to help the youngster and how they can overcome that addiction and how they can build up the concentration power. And that game app, we are, I think, 10 or 12 scientists and myself, we are involved in that. And if the European Commission, we apply for that, for the European Commission approve, and then we are going to work with one of the best company, gaming app producing company in Japan. You're all involved in that. So what I'm telling you this is that this is my side project, okay? So that's as I'm being the scientist, what I'm doing it, okay? This is one side, as being the scientist. Now, because what happened is a lot of time when they see the monks, they think, wow, that is a religious. Maybe they follow something like a religious or faith. But when you see me, I'm not only just a monk, okay? I'm also the one scientist, okay? Deal with science and lots of things we do with the science, and trying to build up the gaming app, and dealing with all the best company of the game app company in Japan. We are dealing with all those things. But one interesting thing is that you should know the one thing, as I'm the monk, what all these services I'm doing the free. This project itself, if the European Commission, if they allow us, this project itself is, how much it costs? It's to the 8 to the 10 million euro project. All the we scientists are involved that. If the European Commission approved that, we are getting that. But that time, I told in the group, the scientists, that my contribution will totally free. You just have to pay only my flight fee to introduce my technique to the European Commission, that I have to fly from India to Nepal or to the Brussels, the European Union Commission office in Brussels, so I have to fly. That only you pay for the flight ticket. All my contribution is free. And even when I told you about that, when I'm doing that research, no, to the meditation research, how to change the body immune system. If this research go, now we are going to the mass. If this research go to very successful, whole my meditation technique, I want to give it free to the whole of the world. That I'm being the part of the Buddhist monk. That's my responsibility. Right now you have heard about a mindfulness meditation, no? It is not a free, you have to pay for it. Buddha teach it freely. So that's why I always feel that the Buddhist meditation, Buddhist practice should be the free. So as being a Buddhist monk, that is what I do is that, okay? So I want to try to provide that all to the free. Because in this world, lots of people are suffering from the different the mental disorder. Like as I told you, they're having one of the biggest issues right now in the globe is addiction is number one. Number two is that could not focus, could not concentrate. So that is also one kind of the mental disorder. So that's why what I'm doing is that I'm trying to find some solution for the people that can overcome with it. There are a lot of different of the mental disorder. So this is this is what I'm doing. Now come to the point that why today I'm talking about the mind training is that one thing you should know, the one thing. Normally, people always, I've been to a lot of the seminars and a lot of the talks with the great, the peoples and seminars, they always come with the PowerPoints and lots of things. But whenever I go in the talk, I don't have any PowerPoints, okay? I will just come straight and I will just talk. That's my way, okay? That's my style, okay? So that's why today you will not see anything on the screen, okay? There's no PowerPoint, okay? You just have to focus what I talk, okay? Okay, so now before starting with the mind training, one thing we should know, First thing is that why we need the mind training. That is the one point. Why we need the mind training. Why we need the mind training is that the one thing that the important thing is that in our normal day-to-day life, whatever you do, day-to-day life, whatever you do, what is the most important thing? What is the most important thing? I know that everyone wants to achieve the success in their life. For the success, whatever field, if you want to achieve the success, what is the most important? Most important thing is that you have to improve. You should make your right decision and you have to improve your quality of the decision. You have to improve the power of making the right decision. So right decision is very important. So you have to learn how to improve your quality of your decision. So now here comes the one question. When you have to make the right decision, what is the most important to make the right decision? Are you getting my point? So that's why last year I was giving a talk, especially on one special course. I created a course, and that was around the 6-week courses. 6 weeks means that totally it will be around the 6 hours. 6 hours, okay? 6 hours course, and I teach how to improve the quality of the decision. All the students know only to learn in that course. You need what you need. To join my course, what the criteria. That criteria, you should be the CEO. At least you own the company, whichever, at least the 30 to 50 people. That is criteria. So I have called the CEO club. I teach that how to improve the quality of the decision. But that is totally free, okay? Even the CEO joins, I give it free. So here comes the one question. When you make the right decision, can you make the right decision if you have the more knowledge? Can you make the right decision if you have more experience? Not really. Even you are very learned, even you studied very well, sometimes you cannot make the right decision. It is not because of your knowledge, it's not because of your experience. To make the right decision, what you need. Even if you look at your decision, you look at yourself and see how do you make the decision. How you make the decision. Let me ask you the one question. This question is very popular. This question is very popular. You are driving a car, okay? You are driving a car, the brake has got failed, okay? The brake is failed. Now you are just, car is running 100 km per hour, okay? Very fast. You cannot stop the car. But you can only turn the steering of the car. Nowadays you are reaching the dead end. Whether you can make the right turn or left turn, okay? If you make the right turn, on that side your family is on the right turn, okay? Your son, children, father, mother, or your family is on the right side, okay? When you make the left turn, they will unknown people, strangers, okay? Now you're in the car. Now will you turn right or left? I know your answer. You don't have to tell me. You have only two choices, right or left. Right is your family, and the left is there's strangers on the road. Okay. Am I right? I'm sure you will turn left. Am I right? Point is that, okay? My point is that one time I was I don't remember the way in the call of some university in America. I don't remember whether they asked me this question. So that time I told that what will I do? I will turn right or left. I told them, right now I don't make any decision. When I'm in that car, in the real situation, that time I will make the decision. My point is that why I ask this question and that you make, because it only to trigger your emotion. When I told you the family is on the right side, it triggered your emotion, and now you will think that you will turn the left. Because that is most of your decision you make based on your emotion. Emotion is one of the main, the emotion, one of the main reason, or the emotion, your emotion is one of the main causes. Based on that, you make a lot of the decision. When you make the decision based on the emotion, 90% of your decision will go wrong. But you make the most of decision based on your emotion. So that's why when you make the wrong decision, everything will go wrong in your life. That is the one thing, okay, how you make the decision. Number two, how you make the decision. Mainly because number two is the first is the emotion, second is instinct. Even you study very well, even you know very well, finally you make the decision, like where you invest. When you see the 6 or 7 different companies in the share market, I think that you will do proper research and analysis all these companies. Then at last moment you have to decide which company you will invest, which company share you will buy. How you make the decision, your instinct. Based on your instinct, you will buy that share. Second is the instinct. One wrong instinct can make you will make a lot of the wrong, the decision. So now here comes the one question. How you will know that's the right instinct or the wrong instinct? Is there any way to understand that is a right or wrong instinct? Are you getting my point? First first is you make decision based on the emotion. Second is the instinct. Now the third, how you make the decision, okay? Third is a very social influence. That is very strong influence by the social influence. Whatever the people tells you, whatever the neighbors tells you, whatever your family member tells you, you will simply just follow it. We call that blind faith. You just take a blind trust. With the blind trust, you make a lot of the decision. These decisions can go so very wrong. So now here comes back to the point of mind training. When you can train your mind, you can make a lot of the right decision. Number one, when you train your mind, you can make the decision not based on the emotion. You can make the decision based on the logics. When you can train your mind, you can get the right instinct. Now, how you can get the right instinct? Let me tell you the one story. Have you heard the Rockefeller family? Not Rockefeller. Okay. So, okay, so now, can you remind me that when I'm talking,
The Rockefeller.
Rockefeller, no? Yeah. Actually, I asked you because I want to see that whether you're focusing on. I want to make sure that you're focusing on my talk. Because you know the lots of the traditional master, when they give the teaching, they will not care. People also focusing on, they will just go on and talk hours and hours. Lot of traditional master, no? They don't care. So yeah, anyway, so thing is that, okay? So that's why now you know that in the Rockefeller, the life story, there's a very interesting incident of his life. He went to buy the one oil company, which the company is totally bankrupt. And the bankrupt, and he went to buy that company. And companies that sold the company, and the company tried very hard to dig the oil. And that they dig and that finally they thought that now they cannot get the oil from there at all. They just stopped the digging, and now they thought to sell that company. Then they sold the company to the Rockefeller. Rockefeller bought that company, then he started dig. He just had to dig the only 1 meter, then he found oil. Now here comes the one question. Why the company stopped there? Why didn't company try for just for the 1 more meter? Are you getting my point? That's called the instinct. Company thought, okay, now I have to stop. Now I cannot do it anymore. Rockefeller thought, okay, let me try it once. All the instinct, that right instinct. So here comes the one question that can we develop the right instinct? Is that possible or not? Right instinct. When you get the right instinct, you can make the right decision. If you look at a life, whatever your success, I think that you have heard about how can you achieve the success, hard work. That is totally false, okay? Hard work is not a key to achieve the success, okay? If you work more hard, who gets benefit? Only your boss will get benefit, not you. If the hard work can make the money, donkey will be the richest animal in the world, okay? Hard work has nothing to do with your success, okay? To achieve the success, the only thing is you need to make every time you need the right decision. The right decision, make the right decision. Few things are very important. Right decision, you need a very right instinct. And making the decision based on not on the emotion, make the decision based on the logic and based on your wisdom. So that's why the mind training teaches that how you can make the right decision based on the logics and how you can develop the more wisdom. Mind training helps you to develop helps you to get the right instinct. Let me tell you the one very interesting research what we did in the monastery, okay? We pick up the 2 groups of the monks who have meditated more than 3 years and the monks who have not meditated at all. We pick up the 2 groups. And the groups of the monks who meditate more than 3 years, and what we did is very simple. Every of the monks, we show the 4 pictures in the computer. In the 4 pictures in the computer, and what they have to do is they have to choose the one picture among the 4 pictures. They have to choose one picture. When they choose that one picture, then we press the computer enter button, and then the computer will choose one photo among these 4 pictures. So monks have to predict that which picture will choose by the computer. It's totally like a game. And we'll show the 4 picture. Monks have to close the eye, then he use the instinct. Tell that, okay, this picture will choose by the computer. Then the waiter press the enter button. That computer will choose that. Each of the monk have to do the 8 times. It's like a game. But the very interesting thing, what I found, the group of the monks who meditate more than 3 years, their prediction is far much better than the group of the monks who have not meditated at all. 70% difference. 70% is better. What does that mean? That means that when you meditate and train the mind, the instinct will be more the right. So there is one very interesting book about how the human instinct. Human instinct, and there is something like a human instinct that how some people get the very right instinct. So that's why one of your wrong instinct leads you to make the wrong decision. That wrong decision maybe to destroy your whole life. Okay, so that's the thing. So mind training, it teaches us how you can improve your instinct, how you can get to develop the right instinct, how you can make the decision based on your wisdom, not on the emotion. So that's why the mind training is very important. Now here comes the question that how you have to start to do the mind training, okay? Very simple way. Mind training, how you have to start with the mind training. The first thing is that, let me ask you the one question. Very simple question, okay? That today you do this, okay? What you have to do is that today once you get back, for the 10 minutes, okay? 10 minutes, what you have to do, you turn off your cell phone. You turn off your cell phone and just be in the corner of your room. Sit there, just close your eye. Be alone. Turn off the cell phone. Just close your eye and whatever thoughts comes in your mind, let it come. Let it come. After 10 minutes later, write it down. Whatever the thoughts comes in your mind, just write it down. Then it will show you how's your mental health state. How's your mental health state. Look at that and the 10 minutes of what kind of thoughts comes in your mind. Positive, negative, or what kind of the thoughts comes into your mind. You have to look at it. That's why there's a very nice saying. Every people have 3 faces. Have you heard that? One face you show to the public and the people. One face you will show to the very close people. You have the one face only they show to yourself. Even though you will not show to your partners, the close family. So that's why you are having the 3 faces. That means that you are having the 3 identity. So when you are having the 3 identity, when you are having the 3 faces, when you are having the 3 different self, it is so complicated. So that's why the people ask me, one time people asked me how many faces Buddha have. So I told him the Buddha have 100 faces. Then people ask me how many faces you have, Rinpoche. So then let me count. So you know that my organization, I've set up the organization called the Deepkar. So then I counted that I have a Deepkar in the 6 or 7 different countries. That means I have 6 or 7 faces. So my point is that that's why when you look at yourself, so that's why you have the 3 different identity, 3 different self, 3 different faces. So that's why your thinking becomes so complicated. So because when you think it becomes so complicated, that's why I ask you to the 10 minutes, just write it down, whatever thought comes into that 10 minutes. Look in that. Then you will know that what kind of the thoughts comes into your mind, what kind of the thoughts are coming. So see that, then you will know that you are the mental, the health state. Number 1. This is first thing, okay, what you have to do. Today you do it, tomorrow you do it, day after tomorrow again I have a session, no? This is the first thing you have to check, okay? Number 1, that you have to do. It's like a homework, okay? Because, let me ask you the one question. Do you know your blood pressure level? Do you know your blood pressure level, no? Yes or no? No? It's very easy. Do you know your sugar level, no? Do you know your blood sugar level? Yes or no? Huh? Very easy, just go and do the medical, just take some blood test, very easily you will know that. Now here comes it. Do you know your anxiety level? How you will know your anxiety level? You get my point? Whether your anxiety level, your stress level, because you might be already crossed the normal level. Do you know? Because whether you cross the normal level of the sugar or not, that's very easy. You can do some test and immediately you will know. Whether you cross the normal, the blood pressure level or not, you can do the blood pressure, measure your blood pressure level. How do you measure your anxiety level? How do you measure your stress level? Are you getting my point? So that's why the second thing is that today I will teach you that how you can measure your anxiety level, okay? That you do that and see that, okay, you're really the anxiety level is really the beyond the normal or not. Are you getting my point? So that's why the scientists right now, I'm working the group of the scientists, they have another project, they are working on that to take the saliva and detect the stress level. They're saying that they are working on that kind of produce such a machine that detect that your stress level through getting the sample of the mouth saliva. How accurate is that? Only the time will tell. Okay. Right now, how we can do is that the very simple way that okay. What you have to do is that just get a paper. Okay, 5 minutes. The test will take only 5 minutes, and you just take the two sides. Okay. First, one side, what you have to write. You have to write what kinds of what you have to think that what kinds of the things you are lacking of it, okay? What kind of the things you are lacking of it, just write it down, okay? And the one side, you just write what the things you are really very grateful of it. You got my point? Two things, okay? One thing you have to write what you are really lacking, what you are really behind of it. You have to write those things. And the one side, you write what is you are so grateful of it, okay? You get it? You got it? You got my point? So that's why now the only one thing you have to do is that you will get when you write these two things, you have one minute, okay? One minute. Within the 1 minute, you have to write it as much as you can, what comes in your mind, okay? If you can't, then you just remember, okay? Then you try to think that and then you have to write it down. Are you getting my point? So I think you get my point, and the only one thing you have to pay attention that when you are writing down, you have the 1 minute, okay, to write what things that you are lack of, and one thing that you have written, what you are very grateful of, okay, things you write that what you are so grateful of it, okay, or the reasons that you write why you are so fortunate, okay, just write that. And the one side you have to write what things you are lack of, and the one things that you don't have it and really want and you don't have it, okay, you get it? So you have 1 minute to write the things that what you really lacking of it and what you don't have it, or the 1 minute you have to write those things that you have and you are so grateful of it, okay? You got it? Then let me know how long it will take. 1 minute, okay? Do that, okay? You got it? It is then I will know your level of the stress or anxiety level very easily, okay? How that I will tell you later, okay? That's you have to do that. You get it? You get it, no? Okay. Now let me tell you the one thing. Because today you do that, then later when I teach the mind training, then you will know that really it helps or not. Otherwise, that when you get a lot of the talks and a lot of the talks, you will just go and listen. But even you practice, you will be not sure that it really helps or not. One time I met one young man, and he told me that his mother used to go to the temple. And he told me that he asked his mother what kind of benefit you get from the temple. So he told me that his mother can't say anything. So that's why he feels that he don't have to go to the temple. Because his mother is going to the temple so many times and didn't get any benefit from the temple. So that's why same thing that today's the talks and the teaching. I want to make sure that you really get something benefit from it, okay? First, to get the benefit, what you have to do, first you have to understand your own labels of the anxiety, your own mental health state. Then only you will know that my teaching helps or not. Are you getting my point? Okay, so that's what you have to do. Now here comes the one important thing is that, okay, when you are saying that the mind training, how you train your mind. Training the mind, there are a few ways of the training the mind. First, number one, the training the mind is what we're saying that you have to develop a lot of the positive thoughts in the mind. So have you heard the saying that love yourself, love yourself? Have you heard that saying? No? Have you heard that? Lots of time people will tell the love yourself, no? Actually, that is the very wrong statement. Don't say the love yourself at all, okay? That is a very wrong statement. Why I'm saying the love yourself very wrong statement is that do you accept? Do you appreciate? Do you accept and do you appreciate who you are right now? Are you getting my point? Are you happy with who you are? Can you accept that right now, who you are? Or you want to be someone else? If you want to look like someone else, you want to reach such a state with someone else, that means that you cannot accept that right now, who you are. I always tell the people, you are the perfect as you are. Once you could not believe that you are perfect as you are, that means that you cannot love yourself at all. To love yourself, first you have to accept that who you are. You have to accept that you are the perfect as you are right now. Once you cannot accept it, you cannot love yourself. Because when you want to become like someone else, how can you love yourself? You are not loving yourself. You are loving that person who you want to be. Are you getting my point? So that's creating a lot of contradiction in the minds. Last time I was I used to go to South Korea every year to give the talk. One time, that's a very sad incident. One of the publishing company, I was talking with the publishing company and they are publishing my book in South Korea. That company, the publishing company told me that they worked so hard to publish my book, going through a very difficult time. So I told her what happened. The publishing company told me that the publishing company told me that his brother committed suicide 2 months back. He had to go through all those pain and still work on my book. Then I asked him, why your brother committed suicide? Then he told me because his brother committed suicide because of his sister-in-law committed suicide 2 years back and he could not take that pain. Then I asked him why your sister-in-law committed suicide. 4 years back, their daughter committed suicide. Whole their family committed suicide. Moment that I was so sad, shocked, I don't know what to tell. Then I told the only one thing what I can do is that I will write one book saying the suicide is not an option. That I will do. So for that, then I meet with the organization in South Korea, with that group. The organization, a very interesting organization. That organization or group is those people whose family have committed the suicide. So I meet with them to understand their sadness. So one thing, most of them, they will tell that they could not believe their husband committed the suicide. They could not believe their wife is committed suicide. They look happy, smile all the time. Happy, smile. But one problem is there. They could not accept themselves who they are. They cannot accept they are as perfect as they are. They could not accept it. They smile, they feel like happy. But deep down, they could not accept it. That is a problem. So that's why I tell them, love yourself is a very wrong statement. First thing is you accept. You are the perfect as you are. So that's why the Buddha says you are the perfect. You're born as a human. That itself is a great thing. You are achieved one of the biggest thing in the life. Achieving the human life is much far more better than winning the $1 million lottery. This is not that simple. So you got my first mind training. You hear himself. First thing is that you have to put some positive thoughts in your mind. Without any positive thought, you cannot see any positive. Once you cannot see the positive, you will not feel the positive. Even you smile, look so happy. If you go and any of the people whose family members and anyone commit the suicide, ask them why they commit the suicide. I don't think they have an answer. They look happy. When I meet with the group of the people who family has got committed suicide, everyone tells that, oh, my husband looks that I could not understand that how can he commit a suicide? Because he smiles, he comes to home, he goes away very happy. You got my point? So now, right now, the suicide is one of the the big problem, the issue. According to the WHO report, how many people are committing the suicide? Every 40 seconds, one person is committing the suicide in this world. According to the World Health Organization report. That means how many minutes I talk. I talk about 45 minutes. Now you see how many people commit the suicide. 45 minutes means how many, at least around 50 people. Huh? Yeah. So now my point is that that's why the first thing is that the mind training, the positive thought. First thing is that mind training is the two sides. You always have. First you have to develop the positive thought, then you have to control the negative thought. To controlling the negative thought, that we called meditation. Meditation means that to teaches you how to control your negative thought. Another side is to develop the positive thought. Developing the positive thought and the meditation should go together. So that's why today I told you that first the positive thought you have to develop. Now what kind of the positive thought you have to, first you have to tell yourself you are the perfect as you are. I'm the perfect as I am. Okay? It doesn't mean that. When I'm saying that you are the perfect, it doesn't mean that you look like a superstar, okay? You don't expect like that way, okay? You're the perfect, okay? You got it? So here comes the one problem. Why you cannot accept yourself. And why you cannot accept, why you don't see yourself as perfect as you are. Why? Main reason is that because of your competitive idea. You are competing with others all the time. Why you are having such a competitive idea? Because of we call the ego. Everyone have that very strong ego. Let me tell you the one thing. Look into your cell phone and look at your favorite self photo in your cell phone. I'm sure you have your favorite self photo in your cell phone. Do you have? No? Do you have or not? Yes or no? Huh? You have your favorite photo in your cell phone, no? Your self photos, favorite self photo in your cell phone. Do you have or not? You have it, no? Now let me tell you the one thing. That your self photo, 50% it don't looks like you at all. It looks much younger than you. It looks much more beautiful than you. Am I right? It don't look like you. 50%. It looks much better in that photo. But still you like it. That is totally false. You like that false. You like that lie. You accept that. And you feel like you looks like that. And in the reality, you don't look like it at all. So I used to tell a lot of time, dude, that photo looks like me. 50%. It looks much younger. Am I right? Much younger. No dark circle. I think I have a dark circle here. When I look in the mirror, I can see that. But in the photo, you will not see that. It shows the one thing very clear, that because of that ego, everyone looks nice. Everyone looks young because of your ego. Why? Because you're competing with others. Because you see the others better. You look at the others having the better than you. You are competing with others. Why you're competing with them? Because of your ego. More you compete with the other, more you will get suffer. So that's why the competitive ideas are very high. So especially that's the one reason. So that's why the one reason that you cannot accept you as the perfect as you are. Always you feel there's something missing in you. I'm not perfect. I have to be like that. I have to look like that. I have to be, you get my point. So because of the ego. So that's why the first thing is that the positive thought, you have to train your mind to see that I'm the perfect as I'm, okay? That is the first positive thought you have to develop. For that, what you have to do is acceptance is very important. Accept is that what you have to accept. You have to accept as that you are the so fortunate. You are the so fortunate. Tell yourself, I'm so fortunate that I've achieved the human rebirth. I'm so fortunate. Just as I told you that you have to tell yourself, first you write down that homework, then the good things what you have, tell yourself, I'm so fortunate. I have a good family. I'm so fortunate. I have a food to eat. Whatever reason, that you have to repeat into your mind 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. Repeating that. That in the psychologically it called the auto-suggestion. Let me tell you the one example. When you look at the elephant, and if you just bind the elephant with a very thin rope, elephant will not try to break that rope at all. Why? Because the elephant will not break that rope at all. Because when the elephant is small, they bind the elephant with a thick chain. Elephant will try their best to break the chain and they could not break it. And the whole life, elephant will think that they cannot break the chain. So that's why the same thing that the mind is like that. So that's why when you train your mind, you have to train your mind to see the positive thing. Up till now, you train your mind a very wrong way. You train your mind to see all the negative things. So that's why you have to train your mind to see the positive things. So that's why you have to develop the positive thoughts. So that's why you have to tell, I'm so fortunate because I have it. You repeat that again and again for the 2 or 3 days. Then you will see what makes the difference. Are you getting my point? Right now, always you tell yourself that I don't look nice. I don't look nice. I should look like that. You're all thinking that. I don't look good, so I have to use this cream. All the companies telling you that. All the companies, they just tell you you're not a perfect. You don't look nice. You have to buy this product, then it will become the good. You get my point. This is all these big corporations. I'm not against of this corporation, okay? But they will playing with your mind all the time. So last time we had one very big seminar in India. Top scientists, the Googles, the AI engineering, they all came. They asked me the one question about the future of the AI. What will happen? They told the AI comes, a lot of people lose their job, and they will do I worry about that? I told I don't worry about AI. Only I worry about how this big corporation, how they use the AI, how they manipulate the AI. That I'm worried. These big corporations, AI is just a product. Who owns the AI? These corporations are owning this AI. This corporation, if they focus only on the profit, then lots of people will get suffer. So that's why what I'm trying to tell you that the big corporations will tell you that you are not a perfect. Apple company will tell you that you are not perfect and you will not have a good life if you don't have the Apple. Samsung will tell me exactly the same. If you don't have the Samsung, you have nothing. This car company will tell you, if you don't have this car, then your life has no value at all. Who will respect? You get my point? Then you will be, I should have this phone. I should have this car. Then you will fall into their trap. You get my point? So that's why what I'm saying, these people, let me tell you the one very interesting thing about the one. Have you ever, you just try the one thing, okay? When you book the Uber, do you book the Uber? Just use the 2 different cell phones, okay? One cell phone with the full battery, one cell phone with the only very last battery, only like a 5% battery, okay? Then you book the Uber car from the same destination, okay? From the same pickup point to the same destination. Price won't be the same. Have you noticed that? Price won't be the same. When your batteries are low, price will show higher. Because they know that trick. When your battery is low, you will get scared. If you not book it right now, my battery will run out. Price will show higher. There's a very interesting research. Because they are big corporations, they know that how the humans are thinking. So they take the profit from it. I'm not taking the profit of it, I'm trying to save the people. These are negative emotions and thoughts, okay? So you just do the test, I'll say. That what I experienced with my student, really, that time I noticed that because we have to book the tour car. My family and we are going to tour, that time in India. So that my student, when he booked, his prices comes very higher. That time I thought maybe, wow, very interesting, maybe I have a more Buddha blessing. I didn't know that because of these batteries are low. That time I thought that. Later I find it that research shows that when the battery is low, price will be higher. But the thing is that when you get scared and fear, they take the advantage of it. This called. So same thing, when you feel that they will let you feel that you are not a perfect, not having this product, your life won't be the perfect if you don't buy this product. So they will, every time they will show you something that you're missing in your life. You got my point? So in the reality, you are missing nothing in your life. If you can develop this kind of the thought, positive thought, that will then it will make the big changes. So that's why today what you have to do, count all the good things what you have and tell yourself that I'm so fortunate because I'm having this. I'm so fortunate. Tell yourself again and again. When you have it, there is one very famous story. One student came to see the master and they told the master that can we meditate together? Master say yes, we can meditate together. When you're meditating together, student asked the master, how do I look when I meditate? Master told him, you look like a Buddha. Then the master asked the student that, how do I look when I meditate? Student told the master, I want to be the very honest. Master, you look like a garbage. Whole pile of the garbage. Master smiled. The student went back to home and he feels so proud. And they told his wife, do you know that? Today when I was meditating from the master, master told me I look like a Buddha. When the master meditated in front of me, he really looked so ugly, like a garbage, full of the garbage. Very disgusting. So his wife laughed. And they told him that when you are meditating, master saw you as the Buddha because master mind is full of Buddha. You see the master as a garbage because your mind is full of garbage. This is exactly happening with you. When you have a lot of negative thoughts in your mind, you will only see negative. When you have a lot of positive thoughts, you will see everything positive. So that's why you know the one thing. Then that's why you know such a place. They're saying that when the restaurant, you know the ways the restaurant food is, most of the restaurant where which restaurant have a horrible foods? Which kind of the restaurant having the food not that tasty? They are saying that the restaurant nearby the destination where the couple comes for the honeymoons, no? Where you open the restaurant near this such a destination where lots of couple comes for the honeymoon, no? This restaurant food don't taste good. But all the couples, when they are very high, they feel so joy with the coming for the honeymoon. They don't care for the food taste at all. They feel so nice. They don't complain. So that's what I'm trying to say is that you're mentally, when you're so happy, everything looks so nice. When you're mentally, you have a lot of positive things, everything you will see so positive. So that's why the mind training, you talk of developing the positive thought. That's why the first thing is to tell yourself that I'm so fortunate because of this. You got it? That is number one. Number two, positive thought is that you have to tell the positive thought. The Buddha say the impermanent. Have you heard that term? Impermanent. Impermanent is saying that all the problem not remain forever. Okay, whatever challenge you come, it will not remain forever. It will go away. It is impermanent. Tell yourself again and again. Whatever the challenge comes in your life, you will think that, wow, I cannot escape from it. I cannot overcome it. That is the first reaction to all the challenges. Wow, I have to go through it. That is the first your reaction when you see the challenges. Then you have to tell these all challenges, problems are impermanent, not remain forever, not remain forever. It will not last ever. It will not. Okay, so that's why so that is how you have to train your mind. You got it? This is the two things that you have to do, okay? And the next, day after tomorrow, I'll talk about the meditation, how you control the negative thoughts, okay? Today, I give you the few homeworks to do, okay? You do that, then let me know, okay? 10 minutes, write all the thoughts comes in your mind, okay? 2 times, if you're free, 2 times you do that, okay? 10 minutes, very simple. Just sit there and close your eye. Whatever, turn off the cell phone, okay? Whatever thought comes, let it come, okay? If you think too much of the future, that means that your anxiety level is quite high. If you think too much of the past, that means that you have the very deep down, you have the lot of that sadness, okay? Deep down, you're having a lot of the sadness or the bad memory. So there's a very nice saying. When you feel sad, you are living in past. When you feel anxiety, you are living in future. When you feel peace, you are living in the present. So that's why now you see that, okay, that time your mental state, how. So that's why you feel like you are perfect. As I told you before, lots of people who commit suicide, they look smart, they play quite joyful. But deep down, there is a problem is in there deep down, which is not treated. So that's why the same thing, sometimes that you might have some of the mentals, the disorders, or some like a mental, some sickness. So this is today what I'm going to teach, and this is also to identifying that, okay, that your sickness, okay? Are you getting my point? So one thing you should know that always I tell the one thing that whatever I give the teaching at least try for the 6 months or the few weeks or try it. If you feel very helpful, carry on. If you feel it's not helping, forget it. So that is, I always tell that, and as I told you, my main focus of the teaching, I really want to bring some of the benefits to the people. That's my main purpose of the teaching, okay? So first, this is things like that. Today is not like a Dharma teaching. Today like a thing like a little bit more like a to bring to you the more joy and the peace in your life, okay? Bringing the methods, you're learning such a methods, okay? So difference between the method and the religion, you should know the one thing. Buddhism is always Buddha talk about the methods. Method is you don't have to believe it, you have to try it. Religion is you have to believe. Immediately you have to believe. Religion comes to you, the faith is the most important. Method, trying is the most important. So Buddhism is more like a way of the living, or it teaches a lot of the different methods to overcome the mentals, the unhappiness and the mental the challenges. Okay, so it's more like a method. So today what I teach, you try it for the 2 days and see how it makes a difference. Okay, if you feel it will really help, then at least try for the months. Okay, if you feel like it's not helping, then you can stop that. Okay. So this is today I just cover of the developing the positive thought, and the day after tomorrow I teach about talk about a meditation to how to you control your negative emotion. Okay. Now I will leave for some 20 minutes for the question answer session. If you have any question, and the people who are online, if you have any question, you can ask me the question. Okay. Huh?
Please type questions. Yeah. For in-house, if you have any questions, you can raise. Any question?
I have a question.
Okay.
Rinpoche, you mentioned that you can use impermanence to think about when bad things or bad situations will come to an end. But what if impermanence also creates sadness in that good times will come to an end, or your happiness will come to an end?
Okay. Okay, things like that. Okay. I always tell the people that when you're so happy, and don't think about that your happiness won't last long, okay? When you're so happy, don't think that your happiness will not last long, okay? When you're happy, just enjoy it. When you're happy, just enjoy that. So, like everything, as the Buddha said, everything is impermanent. But what is important about these all thoughts? You need the right time to think, right time. So that's why when you are happy, just enjoy it. You don't have to think that impermanent will not remain forever. When you are feeling sad, or when you feel that when you face some challenges, then only you think that will not remain forever. Think about the impermanent. You got it? Now that's what you have to do. Okay.
One question from online audience. How to get rid of self-ego and fear when practice tongling, giving and receiving? Tongling practice.
How to get rid of
Self-ego
self-ego?
and fear.
Okay. Get rid of the self-ego. There's a few ways of getting the self-ego, okay? So number one, to get rid of the ego, okay? This is not that simple, okay? This is not that simple. So this method is what you have to do is ego is we all have the very strong ego. Let me tell you the one simple example. After this session, if we take a group photo, all the way together, group photo after this session, and so once you get that group picture, to whom you will look first? After we take the group picture after this session, and once you get that group photo, then you will search whom first? Yourself. Then second thing is you will try to look, how do you look in that photo? If you look nice, then you will keep that group photo. If you don't look nice, even your partners or the husband, wife, everyone looks nice, you will delete that photo. You will do that. Because why you are doing it? Mainly because it's an ego. You cannot accept it. You have to look nice all the time. In that group photo, you don't look nice. You cannot accept it. That's why they are deleting it. Because you have to look nice. Your friends and everyone don't look nice. It don't bother you at all. Most important thing is that you are the most important. You have to look nice. You have to look young. You have to look perfect. That is the ego. Okay? That is the ego, and everyone have that ego very strong. That ego is very strong, and now you are talking about get rid of the ego. It is not that simple. You have developed the ego, very strong ego. Let me tell you the one example. Just take as a story, okay? They are the three prisoners. They are talking about who came first to the prison. And the first prisoner told that when he came to the prison, there is the road nearby the prison. Only that time, when he came the first on the prison, they have to the cart and the bull cart, bull cart and the horse chariot will move. Car cannot go nearby the prison when he come the first time to the prison. Second prisoner told that when I come to the first time in the prison, even the bull cart cannot come past here. People have to ride the horse, and they have to ride the horse and come to the prison. Then the third prisoner told, when I come first time to the prison, third prisoner told that when I'm in the prison, I never saw the horse. I never saw a horse. I never saw the horse cart. I never saw the car. Because third prisoner tried to tell that he is the most senior prisoner. Based on that, he's building up the ego. Because of his building up the ego, based on the being of the most senior prisoner. Sometimes ego, you build up the ego based on the very stupid things. So this is how you build up the ego in many different ways. So you're building up the ego. Now you are talking of the get rid of the ego. First thing is that I will tell you not to get rid of the ego. When you try to get rid of the ego, first thing is what you not think to get rid of the ego. First thing is to understand the ego. Without understanding the ego, you cannot get rid of the ego at all. First thing is understanding is very important. What is the ego? That you have to understand. Second thing is that you have to understand the function of the ego. Then only possibilities comes to the get rid of the ego. Understanding is the most important. So that's why the question should start from how to understand the ego, how to understand the function of the ego. That is the thing. So if you want to that maybe that it comes to the meditation. So I will talk day after tomorrow that meditation, how you can reduce the ego. Okay, first, okay, then I'll talk. Okay.
Any question? One more question from the online audience. In order to maintain our daily life, daily living environment, we are often forced to kill beings such as ant, spider, and etc. As a monastic who uphold the precept of non-killing, is the bad karma monastic creates by killing living beings several times worse than that of the lay person?
Okay, killing the.
A monastic killing insect or
Okay.
their real life.
And what is the last point? I could not get over it.
Is the bad karma monastic create by killing living beings several times worse than that of the lay person? This is comparative
Comparison between?
between the monastic killing and insect.
What is the monastic killing?
So lay person also kill during the
And the monks killing?
monks, yeah. Who will get bad karma? Worse.
Okay. Okay, things like that, okay?
One uphold the precept, one does not.
Sorry?
One uphold the precept. So monastic, they have to maintain the precept.
A monastic, I don't understand the fully means by the monastic killing, isn't it? Monastic killing is the monks are killing or something. They're talking about
It's like a day-to-day
whichever.
life.
Huh?
Day-to-day life, when they clean the toilet or something, they use some kind of
I see, cleaning.
cleaning.
And when you kill the insect.
ants or something.
Okay, monastic killing and cleaning. Huh?
Cleaning or something.
Okay. When you do the monastic cleanings and when you kill the insect, then it's a bad karma or not. First thing is you should know the one thing, okay? Karma, okay? Comes to the killing, no? Okay. Things like that, okay? Normally, I always tell the people the one thing, like a killing, stealing, all the bad karma, no? Bad karma. We say that. And I always tell the people the one thing, like a stealing, no? They say the bad karma. You all knows that, no? Stealing is not bad karma. If you steal the little money, what happens? You will suffer. Police will get and caught you and they put in the prison. Small things, no, you steal. Then I told the people that when you want to do the stealing, don't steal something small things. Just steal the big thing. Just steal the whole country. You will become the emperor, king. You will enjoy more. Just don't steal small things. If you want to steal the big thing, whole country, steal it. Up till now, if you look at all these great rulers, they steal the whole country. You get my point? So that's why I tell the people that even like alcohol, if you drink the alcohol, if you don't drink the alcohol, even you should not drink the one sip of the alcohol. If you go and drink the alcohol, you just drink the 3-4 bottles of the alcohol. Should not come to that middle way, it's not working. Whether you don't steal the one penny. If you still want to steal the whole country and the nation, whole you have to steal, then you will become the king. So now you are talking about the killing. Killing the bad karmas, the killing about a killing. When you talk about a killing, one thing here you have to understand the killing, no? When you're saying that when you kill or not to kill, here don't look at the bad karma at all. When you look at the killing, always you have to know the one thing that when you kill, how do the others feel? That is a more important. Look, example, okay? Let me tell you the one example, like a killing like an insect, okay? Killing like an insect. One time in the monastery, in my Nepal monastery, morning I used the bathroom. Then when I'm going to flush the bathroom, instant I saw the small insect in my toilet. If I flush, I know that insect will die. If I take it, it's a really little bit of not that easy. No? So what I choose is I took out the insect. It's not that easy, but I took out the insect. Still, I'm so happy that I saved the one life of the insect. If I flush that time, I will not have that happiness right now. Still, when I think back that incident, so many times I'm so happy that I feel that I saved the one insect life. So that's why when you're seeing that a killing, always have to look at how it feels. Even it's a small. Even it's a very small, you feel the small, saving the life of the insect. For the insect, it's a very big thing. So that's why there is one person, he was walking side of the seashore. Seashore, and there is an ocean, waves comes and it throws the hundred of the fish on the seaside, on the shore, no, on the beach. These oceans, the waves throwing the hundred of the fishes on the beach, and lots of fish are dying. So one man went and he threw the fish back to the ocean. One man, he went and throwing the fish back for the ocean, and the one stranger came and laughed and told him that you are throwing how many fish you can throw. It doesn't make any difference. After the hours later, one big wave will come and the ocean wave will come. It will throw again the hundred of the fish. It doesn't make any difference. It won't make any big difference. That the person laughed and catch the one fish, and they told him that it will make a big difference for this fish, and they throw him back. This is something killing. When you look at any of the insect, when you see it makes a big difference for that insect. Okay, think that way. Not think the bad karma. When you're thinking the bad karma, who will think the bad karma of that? Because when you think the bad karma, you are becoming more like a selfish. Because of the bad karma, I will suffer. Because that in the Buddhism term, we call that the self-cherishing attitude or self-attachment. Because you think the bad karma, because of the bad karma, I will suffer. Don't think that way. Think that if I don't kill, if I save, it will benefit for that insect. Think that way. You got it? So that's why thinking that now the second thing is about the bad karma, that that let me tell you the one thing. In my Nepal monastery, I'm not so sure that you have heard there is one called the disease called the dengue. It's spread by the mosquito. America, I don't think that you have dengue here. Okay, yeah. Okay, that it's spread by the mosquito. So in my Nepal monastery, all the staffs, they told me that now we have to spray and kill the mosquito, because otherwise that the sickness will spread, no? Dengue. Now I have to make the decision. Tell them go spray and kill the mosquito, or maybe not to kill. I have to make the decision. In my monastery in the Nepal, I have around 100 of the monks, and many of them are very young monks, no? Ages like 10, 12, like that, many of them. So I told them, okay, we'll not spray the mosquito, we'll not kill. We'll see what happens. Really, few staffs got the dengue, suffer a lot. I know when you make like the decision, sometimes you have to make the decisions, and the day is not like this is not when you kill or not kill some like an insect, like a mosquito. Sometimes when you say they're not killing, I know that sometimes you have to suffer a lot. You have to go through the suffer. Even when you kill a mosquito, sometimes you kill the mosquito, also you will suffer. Buddhism point of view, also you will suffer. Not to kill, also you will suffer. But you have to choose one. Only this time when you kill the mosquito, not to kill the mosquito, it's only you have the two choice. Bad choice and the worst choice. There is no good choice in here. But I choose the bad one, not the worst one. Like when you come look at your home, I think you have children. They are the mosquitoes. If you not kill that, it may spread the disease. If you kill, as a bad karma, create lots of bad karmas. Now only you have the two choice, bad choice and the worst choice. You have to choose one. So I always choose the bad choice. Not killing is a bad choice. Killing is a worst choice. You cannot have a good choice in this situation. There is no good choice at all. So that is a life. Sometimes in the life you have to make like these choices, okay? So master, whoever tells you not to kill the mosquito, not to tell the mosquito, I always tell the master who tell the mosquito all the karma, first look at that master. He really don't kill himself or not. If he really don't kill the mosquito, then he can tell the other. There are a lot of masters. They don't practice what they teach. They will just tell not to kill. Bad karma, very easily they can tell. So what I am telling them, my story is that I didn't kill at all, even my mosquito. Even I put myself in the danger situation. My staff, my old monks in the danger situation, I put that. I know that is a bad choice. But I don't want to make choice that worst choice. Only I have a true choice. Bad and the worst choice. Yeah, that's the you should know, okay? Yeah.
So what last question?
I have a follow-up.
Sure,
Nobody
sure,
else
sure.
has a question. Rinpoche, so in the United States, I don't know if in other countries, when our pets get old and elderly, many people, put them to sleep or basically kill them because so they don't suffer. So it's out of compassion that they kill. Well, what do you recommend, for our pets? You think not to kill, or?
I think this one time I had this class in America class, I think the young class or the junior class, I don't remember. Again, the only of the two choice, bad choice and the worst choice. When you kill, that is a worst choice. My case is, I will not let the bat to sleep. I will try, but I know that they are suffering, but I will try my best to recite the mantra, let them hear the mantra. To at least they can born in the better life, in the next life. This life, now we cannot do anything. Now only what we can do is to let them born in the better realm. That we can try that. If you put in the sleep, you lose this opportunity. So that's why the only two choice, bad and the worst choice. So don't choose the putting that is asleep is a worst choice. Letting them suffer might be the bad choice. But comparing between the bad choice and the worst choice, you always have to choose the bad choice, okay? Now,
what kind of mantra would you say?
Any mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum mantra, or any mantra you can recite and pray. Pray, and whenever you're the dog, you try to talk with the dog like a human to human. Now pray for the Buddha and the thing to get a better life. Like this, talk with the dog. Whether the dog will understand or not, that is not a question. Question is that you are trying your best to the dog to get the better rebirth. That's what you can do. That's what you have to do. Because what makes the difference? You just giving the food, just taking the care of the dog, that's a good. As you can do something better than that to your pet, is to help them to get a better rebirth. That's the better things you have to do to them. Especially when they are having like a dogs and they're going going through the very bad time, especially when they are having the very old and incurable disease they are having. So that's how you have to do that. My student, she told me the one thing. Her pet dog died. After 49 days later, she went to the pet shop and to buy the newly born baby. And especially what she did is that look at all the newly born babies, dog babies, and puppies, you call them newly born puppies. And what she did is she called the name of her dog which passed away 49 days back. Then one puppy showed a very interesting reaction. Then she told me that she recognized that puppy as a reincarnation of the whole dog. So she believed that. And she feels so happy that her dog is back. Whether it's a reincarnation or not, that's a totally different question. But at least that can ease her mind. She will feel very happy, double happy, thinking that she got the reincarnation of her dog. That is how you look. Sometimes in the life, a lot of the things that sometimes that we can change through the way how we think. So when we can change how we look at the things and the way we change our way of the thinking, a lot of things can be changed. So that's why the couple of the years back in the Oregon, one old man, he told me that he was studying the Buddhism now. He was not in such in the environment, they're not practicing the Buddhism, but now he is learning the Buddhism, and he really very interested in practicing. Then I asked him why you come to the Buddhism. He told me very interesting. He told me that his wife is having the incurable disease. Maximum she can live for 3 months. Now only he is hoping to meet his wife in the next life. He's talking to his wife and we born again in the next life or want to meet again. Whether they will meet or not, that is not a big thing. But that positive thought, at least he will suffering the less in this 3 months. Just look at your partner, your close family who is going to die within 3 months. How you will deal with that situation? How you will deal? How you will deal? Lots of people cannot deal and they go for the drugs and the alcohol because they cannot deal with that situation. So that's why when they think they will meet again in the next life, hope, that wish can come over that difficulty. Whether they can meet or not, that's a totally different question. Here the problem is not a meeting. Here the problem is how you deal with that pain. thinking of the losing the someone close one. That is very painful. So how you deal with that pain? So that's why that's why when the reincarnation of these ideas, no, rebirth and this idea, whether it really the reincarnation exists or not exists is one question. They thinking that it can help you a lot. Now you will ask me the rebirth and reincarnation exists or not exists. I will suggest you one book. Read that book. The book was written by the Ian Stevenson. He is a scientist and he did a very good research. The book name is Children Who Remember Their Past Life. He did the research. And the very interesting research. He went to see that about the reincarnation. And the talk about the children there. He went to the interview a lot of children who can remember their past life. My mother, at the last thing, my mother used to tell me that when I was a kid, I used to talk about my past life. And I always tell the one thing, I was so lucky that I was born into such a family who believes in the past life and the reincarnation. If my parents don't believe that, definitely they will take me to the doctor, psychiatrist, and they will put me under the very heavy medications and they will start giving a lot of tablets. And I used to tell them. Anyway, thank you so much, okay? Then I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Rinpoche. Tomorrow we have a Mandatory empowerment and also teaching. So those who are online, so it's better to come here in person to get the empowerment. Especially if you are in the Los Angeles area, I request that highly recommended if you can come here.
Only the empowerment online sign up. Empowerment online no go.
Yeah. So Rinpoche says there's no online tomorrow. So only day after tomorrow. So those who are online today, please join us for the empowerment in person. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Maybe we should take one group picture. Group picture. Hold on. One group picture. Let's join us. Yeah.
Conception about the meditation, that thinks that the meditation is simply just close your eye and sit there and focus. Meditation is much more than that. Meditation is not just sitting there and close your eyes and focusing. So meditation is here the one thing that the meditation is such a process to not only understand the mind, to control over the mind. So once whatever the meditation, whatever you try to do, any kind of the meditation, the purpose of the meditation should be to become a master of your mind, to become the master of your mind, or to control your mind. So that's why in the meditation, now the one thing you should know about the meditation to control the mind or the negative emotion. The first thing is that what you have to do is that understand the nature of the mind. To understanding the nature of the mind, what you have to do? To understanding the nature of the mind, you should awareness. Awareness is important. What is awareness? Is to develop the awareness and what kind of a thought rises into your mind. Be aware that what kind of thought is arising in your mind. Like an example, when you close your eye, you think about the food. Then immediately you have to tell yourself, oh, now I'm thinking about the food. When you close your eyes and when you start to think about a house, immediately you have to tell, now I'm thinking about a house. That whatever thoughts comes, every of the moments later, whatever thoughts comes, Be aware that what thought arise. But simultaneously, it's a very difficult, when you think about the food, simultaneously developing the awareness is quite difficult. When you think about the food, immediately you just tell that, oh, now I'm thinking about the food. You get it? Now, in this meditation, we will go quite deep level, okay? Just see that whether you can develop the awareness simultaneously. When you think about the food, not immediately, with the simultaneously, can you develop the awareness? Two different kinds of the thoughts. It is 99%, it's impossible. There were chances is only 1%. If you're very lucky, I won't say that if you can develop, when you think about the food and the immediate, when you think about the food, and also if you can develop the awareness that you are thinking about the food. That means that two kinds of the thoughts developing. One is thinking of the food, one is the awareness. Are you getting my point? So this will be not that easy. So here what you have to do is whenever you develop any kinds of the thoughts, immediately after that develop the awareness that, oh, I think about the food, I think about the house. That we call the awareness. You get it? When you can develop that awareness, whatever the negative emotion, whatever comes into your mind, it will not disturb you at all. Right now that the negative emotions and the thought are disturbing you because of you have no awareness, because of the lacking of the awareness. So that's why whatever the negative thought arises, it disturbs you a lot. So that's why you have to develop the awareness. You get it? There is a very awareness is one. You know that Buddha told the monks who cannot touch the female. Then the one time Buddha's the attendant Ananda asked the Buddha, if I see the woman's falls in the river, what should I do? Should not save, just thinking that I cannot touch the female. The Buddha said, go and save. But be aware that you are touching a female. Develop the awareness. So same thing, the first of the whatever the controlling the mind or whatever the meditation, it should start from the awareness. So that's why the awareness, you got it? Number one. Number two is now the deeper level of the meditation. Now you have to look, whenever you develop any of the thoughts, you develop the awareness. After you developing the awareness, now here comes the one big question. When you think about the food, then you develop the awareness that you are thinking about the food. Again, do you have to develop another awareness to know that you have developed the awareness? Did you get my question? Did you get my question? First you're aware, first you think about the food, then you develop the awareness that you are thinking about the food. Now after that, do you need again another awareness to develop that, to aware that you have developed the awareness? You get my question? Okay, good. If you get my question, then good. You don't have to get the answer, okay? Just only I want you to understand my question. Once you understand my question, answer you have to find yourself, okay? So that's why now, this is developing the awareness. I'm talking about the developing the awareness, okay? So when you can develop the awareness, you can feel like you're 50% you're controlling the mind. 50% you only to control the mind, 50%. Right now we are the very lack of the awareness. Very lack of the awareness. So that's why whenever you develop any of the negative emotion, fear, anxiety, you are not aware of it. Moment when you develop the awareness, so that the fear of or anxiety, whatever the negative emotion, you only to control it. 50% you only to control that. You got it? So now in this meditation session, what will I do is I will leave for the 5 minutes you all to meditate, okay? 5 minutes and just like whatever thought, let it come. When the thought comes, when you think about a city, immediately you develop the awareness, I'm thinking about a city. Then you just leave. Whatever thought comes, then you just be aware. Now here what you have to do is you have to count the awareness. Count the awareness. You get my point? When you think about food, be aware that I think, oh, I'm thinking about the food. Then count one. Then you start to think about the house. Then be aware that now I'm thinking, then be aware that, develop the awareness and tell yourself that, oh, now I'm thinking about house. So then the count 2. Just go on the counting the awareness. Am I clear? That is what you have to do, okay? So that's why I will leave for the 5 minutes, okay? 5 minutes for the meditation, for the counting the awareness, okay? You have to count the awareness, okay? 5 minutes. And the one before that, you should know the one thing that when you can develop the awareness, is the one main important thing is that why we have to develop the awareness. Let me tell you the one thing. There is a very famous story. There is a young monk and the one senior monk. They went to the village and they are coming back to the temple. When they're coming back to the temple, what happened is that they have to cross the river. When they have to cross the river, there is a young girl. She could not cross the river. So what happened? A young monk carried that young girl on his back and he crossed the river. After he crossed the river, senior monk is not happy with what he did and he didn't talk. Several hours. Don't talk, and one day too walk and came near to the temple. Then the senior monk told him the one thing. Told that what you did in the riverside is not right for the monk. So then the young monk told the senior monk, I left the girl on the riverside. You are still carrying in your mind. That is the very interesting story, is that sometimes the awareness, no? So he was thinking and thinking. He was not aware that what he was thinking in the mind. One time, I wrote this story in my book. And the book was translated in the Korean language. And one time in the public teaching in the Korea, one Korean student asked me, very nice question. He asked me that if you, Rinpoche, if you are that senior monk, what will you do? You can find one. He asked me that Rinpoche, if you are the senior monk, what will you do? Then I told him the one thing. If I'm that senior monk, I will think how to kick out that young monk from monastery. Because my job is I'm the abbot of the monastery, then I have to look all the rules of okay. So that is the thing, the awareness, okay? So awareness is something like that. This is something you have to practice. So here the 5 minutes, the meditation is just developing the awareness. Think the awareness that everything, whatever you think, be aware of it. Then you count that, whatever you aware of it. Here the one of the big question is that after you develop the awareness, again you have to develop another awareness to aware that you have developed the awareness. You need that or not? That is a question. Now here, this answer, you can do your own research and the experiment, okay? Maybe you can ask the Google or ChatGPT, okay? Maybe you might find some answer, okay? So that is the awareness developing, okay? Now another thing is, in this, the one thing is that sometimes the very interesting thing is that you have to look at one point. You think the house, you think the food, several of the thoughts, maybe 6 or 7 different thoughts will come. Then only you can develop the awareness. This is awareness you are developing after the several different thoughts comes, and when you develop the awareness, still it's a good. But the thing is you are developing the awareness not on time. So here in this 5 minutes, you have to develop the awareness on time. Are you getting my point? No? Now you count the awareness, okay? When you develop, I will leave the 5 minutes, and 5 minutes you meditate and you count it, okay? While you are meditating, I will relax, okay? I will not meditate. I will enjoy the water and the drinks, okay? You just meditate, I will enjoy the drink, okay? I will leave 5 minutes, okay? Any questions? So clear, know what you have to meditate. After you go to develop the awareness, then we'll go the second step of meditation, okay? Okay, then I will leave for the 5 minutes, okay? So you can go on the meditate. One important thing is to count the awareness, okay? In your hand, count the awareness, that how many awareness ever you have developed, okay? Okay. Now, how many, can you just tell me how many awareness have you developed?
7.
7. That means 7 means you have. That means that you had the 7 thoughts came, no? 7 thoughts comes and you develop the awareness 7 times. So now you have to look the one thing. How you count. When you think about the food, then when you think about the food, then you think about a house. Should you count the one? Should you develop the awareness 1 time or 2 times? Are you getting my point? When you think about a food, then you think about a house. Then you have developed the 1 awareness or the 2 awareness you have to develop. To aware, you have to develop 2 awareness. No? Because you're thinking about a food, then you think about a house. No? So 2 awareness that you have to develop. Okay. Now we will go a little bit more challenging one. This is very simple. No. Now we go a little bit more challenging. What will we do is that, okay, develop the negative emotion, like an anger. Think of the person whom you dislike, develop the anger. Once you develop the anger, immediately be aware that you develop the anger. You get my point? Think of the person whom you dislike, whom you hate really. And all the think of the person whom you really feel so jealous. Think of those person, when you feel not only jealous, when you think of that person, success of that person, you will feel immediately the uneasy or unhappy with it. After that, then you just develop the awareness. Oh, now I'm generating the jealousy, or now I'm developing the sadness. You be aware of it. You got it? Now you have the 2 options, okay? Whether you think of the person whom you hate, develop the anger, or you develop the thing of those person whom you really jealous with it. Because when you think of the person whom you jealous and think of the success of that person, immediately you will feel a little bit unhappy. Then you develop the awareness. Now I'm feeling the unhappy. Are you getting my point? Because the purpose of this meditation is that normally into day-to-day life, whenever you develop the anger, you will feel unhappy. Whenever you think of the person whom you really feel the jealous, when you think of that person, you will feel unhappy. You will live in that unhappy moment so long. So when you develop the awareness, you can cut that, shorten that the unhappiness, the duration of that unhappiness. Are you getting my point? Like an example, when you think of the person whom you really hate, when you think of that person, you will develop at least the minutes of the angers. No? When you can develop the awareness, it will be shorten the duration of that anger. You get it? Now don't tell me that you don't have any person that you hate, okay? There is a person whom you hate. You have or no? Yes or no? 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 Yes or no? Okay, then is there any person whom you feel jealous? Oh? Okay. Oh? Okay. One person told me the one thing. The person told me that he told me that whenever he worked in the office, he was so honest. He worked so hard. But the person in the office who don't work hard, who tell the lies, they always get promotion. They always get a lot of the bonus, success. He used to ask me that. Who tells a lie? Who don't works very properly? Who only do something just front of the boss and behind they do something and tells a lie, they get the promotions and they get a lot of bonus. And he told me he worked very honestly, but he don't get the success and he don't get the promotion. So then why it happens? He asked me that question. So I told him that you are not honest. Only you are the coward. You don't dare to tell that lie. If you dare to tell that lie like that person, definitely you will tell. Only thing is you are a coward. Because you really admire that person who tell the lies and get success. Deep down you are admiring them. But you are not dare to tell like that person. If you're really Dharma practitioner, you really feel compassion. Sad about that person who tells a lie, who do the wrong thing. You have to feel more compassionate. You are not Dharma practitioner. You are not only you are the coward. Yeah. So same thing here. That the same thing that now if you feel now if you feel that you don't have any person whom you hate, think of your colleague. Okay? Think of colleague. Then who get more salary than you and who get more better promotion than you. Okay, you got it. Yeah. Okay. So that's now deeper level. Now you just try to meditate that, okay? Because this is just like a training, okay? Later on that whenever you develop the anger, be aware that I develop the anger. Later on whenever you develop the jealousy, be aware that now you develop the jealousy, okay? Awareness is very important. Whenever you feel sad, be aware that I'm feeling sad. Right now when you feel the sad, you are not aware that you are feeling the sad. You just be sad and then live in that moment so long. The state of the sadness, you live so long in that state. Because of you could not develop the awareness, okay? Am I clear? Now you do, okay, go on.
Rinpoche, I don't understand when we practice and focus the person we hate or we have jealous. If I generate the awareness of I'm rising the jealous or hatred, and what is the next? Okay. First you just develop the awareness, okay? When you get angry, when you think of the person whom you hate, after that when you feel little angry or uneasy, be aware that you have generated the anger, okay? So I have to stay on the emotion. So I have to stay the emotion, the jealous and the hatred.
Sorry?
Because when I'm aware of the hatred or jealous is arising from my mind. So the next is I have to stay with the emotion.
Oh no.
Or I go back to the focusing on the person only.
Okay, good. First, number one, focus that person. Then you develop the jealousy or anger. Number two, then be aware.
Yeah.
Awareness is number three. Okay, number three, and if you can do that, then repeat that again.
Repeat which part? The awareness.
Repeat that part of the awareness, okay? Develop the awareness. That is focus on the awareness, okay? Now I'm generating the jealousy. Now I'm developing the anger about that. And after that, if you feel that the angers and the jealousy disappear, then again think of that person. Then you develop the anger, then be aware of it, okay? Because this is the training. Normally in the day-to-day life, whenever you develop the anger, you are not aware. Day-to-day life, whenever you develop the jealousy, you are not aware at all. You will aware only after hours later. You will feel, oh, now I develop the anger. Immediately you should be aware. Whenever you develop the anger, immediately you should be aware that you develop the anger. Whenever you develop the jealousy, immediately you should be aware that you develop the jealousy, okay? After the awareness, what to do, that I will teach you the third step, okay? Right now, the only focus on the developing the awareness, okay? You got it? Clear, no? Okay, then I will leave for the 3 minutes, okay? Less 3 minutes, okay? This is not very pleasant meditation, okay? So this is like a meditation to torture yourself, okay? That's why I will leave for the 3 minutes, okay? Okay. Okay. You can do it, isn't it? Okay. Now the third step, generally, whenever you're aware that you have developed the anger, whenever you're aware that you have developed the jealousy, when you're aware that you have developed the anxiety, now after that, what you have to do? Now here the one big question comes. So after that, what you have to do is that now it depends on if you're aware that you have developed the anger, what you have to do? After that, you have to meditate on the compassion. When you're aware that you have developed the anxiety, what you have to do? Not a compassion now. When you develop the anxiety, now it depends on the different level of the anxiety. So now I cannot suggest, generally the compassion is the antidote for the anger. When you develop the anger, you can go on and meditate the compassion. When you're aware that you have developed the fear, what you have to do? Again, there are a lot of different kinds of the fear. So that's why I cannot suggest you that the one meditation to overcome all the fears. Now, today maybe I'll focus more on the fear, okay? The compassion is a very easy, it's so easy. Also, whenever you develop the anger, then you generate the practice of the compassion toward that person who you get angry. Think of that person also, same as you, don't want the suffering and wants the happiness, okay? Now come to the fear. When you're aware that you develop the fear, there are a lot of different kinds of the fear, okay? Always the fear, look at it, there are two different kinds of fear. One is a realistic fear and the one is a very unrealistic fear. Like a death. Everyone is scared of the death. Death is we call the realistic fear. Everyone have to die, no? Like most of the realistic fear, acceptance is very important. You have to accept that I will die. Everyone will die. Accept it. Realistic fear, to overcome that acceptance, I will die, everyone will die. That you have to accept it, okay? So, let me tell you the one thing about the fear, okay? Fear is something that this is the realistic fear, they will be the one and the unrealistic fear. Because sometimes the nature of the fear is that it gets changed. Today you might be scared with something, tomorrow you will get scared with something else. That fear will get changed. So that's why anytime when you go to the work or job, you have the fear, no? You are scared with the fear of losing the job. You will get the fear of losing the job. You might get the fear of that you cannot do the job well. You might have the fear of not get the job. Lots of the different kind of the fear. No? So, as I told you before, that when you look at mostly the realistic fear, you always have to acceptance is a very important. Acceptance. Okay, example. You are very scared with losing the job. Okay? That is a fear, no? So that is the fear that you have to accept it. If I lose the job, okay. I will accept it. It doesn't mean that if you accept it, you will lose the job. It doesn't mean that. Because sometimes the realistic fear is you cannot accept it. That's why it makes you so scared. When you accept it, then you will not get scared that much. You got it? So that's why the Buddha said that's why the Buddha, first thing is Buddha's teaching. He talk about the suffering. His first teaching is a suffering to teach us to accept it. Right now, you don't want to accept the suffering. You don't want to accept the death. You don't want to accept it. More you reject it, more you will get scared. That's a reality. Should not reject, mentally accept it. Mentally accept doesn't mean that you will suffer, okay? If you mentally accept the suffering, it doesn't mean that you will suffer. You will be suffering. Mentally accepting is important. You get it? So, about the realistic fear, okay? There is one person. His house is next to the cemetery. He is so scared of the so scared of the ghost. Always he gets scared of the ghost. So then he went to see the one master, and the master told him that you don't have to scare the ghost. I will give you the one locket. Just wear this locket and the ghost will not harm you at all. Master gave him the locket. And the master told him one thing, when you wear this locket, don't open the locket. If you open the locket, it will lose the power. So then the ghost might harm you. Then he wear the locket and he went and wear that locket. He was so happy with that locket. And he went to the home Then that night he could sleep so well. Because now he's not scared of the ghost, because he's having the locket. But he had the child, and his child was very curious of that locket, and touched these lockets. And then he told the child, you cannot touch it. If you touch and open this locket, the locket will lose the power and the ghost will harm me. Then some weeks later, again he came to see the master. Then the master told him that why you came to see me, still you are scared of the ghost. He said, no, now I'm not scared of the ghost. Now I'm scared with my own child. I'm worried that he will open my locket when I'm sleeping. So now I'm scared of my own child. Same thing, fear is like the first he was scared of the ghost. Now he was scared of his own child. Fear will get changed. So that's why what I'm trying to say is that when you develop the anger, be aware that you develop the anger, practice the compassion. When you come to the fear, just check whether it's a realistic fear or unrealistic fear. Realistic fear, accept it. Accept, mentally accept. Okay, I will accept. If I lose the job, I will accept it. Just tell the few times, see that. Your scale will be reduced. Now there is unrealistic fear. Unrealistic fear like the ghost, this is very of the unrealistic fear. Because you are too much of the calculator. You go and calculate things, and this may happen, that is a very unrealistic, okay? Unrealistic, you have to do that analysis, very proper analysis. Really, the ghost really exists. It will happen like that. You have to do more like an analysis. When you do the more analysis and unrealistic fear, then the unrealistic fear will get disappear, okay? This is the two things, realistic and unrealistic, okay? So this is the practice you can carry on that, okay? Carry on this practice, then I will leave for the 3 minutes like a short break, okay? After the 3 minutes later, then I will resume that, okay? 3 minutes, if you need a stretch your body, then the 3 minutes we'll have a short break, okay? Okay.
And also for today, if anybody want to take a refuge vow from Rinpoche today, he will give you a refuge vow.
Thank
If you
you.
are interested.
Thank you. Because I said I think I request the second. Because it was a very good opportunity. And he will be taking the responsibility, and he will become our new teacher. Yeah, he has to carry responsibility. So I think no, he will maybe he will have some maybe a presentation. And then we just follow by yesterday in home.
Thank you, Funny Teresa. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, now the meditations that labels now the now I told that the two things, no, controlling the anger, then the fear, no, fear is the two things. Now the one thing that you should know that generally this kind of the meditation, how long you have to do. At least try every day 5 to 10 minutes, okay? When you're walking on the street or when you're, at least 5 to 10 minutes, at least, okay? For a few weeks. At least if you try for the 3 weeks, then I think slowly it will become your habits. Once you become your habit, then it's very easy. When you see that some things are not going well, I know that you will feel sad. Why you feel sad? Actually, that's your habit. Sadness becomes your habit. You feel sad 1 time, 2 times, slowly it becomes your habit. When things don't go well, you will get angry. Why? That becomes your habit. You adopted the anger as your habit. We call the habituation, no? So that's why you have to change that habit. So normally, if you look at the small kids, so when the kids, they don't get the things what the kids want, kid will show the anger. Feel that showing the anger will helps her or him to get the things. So slowly that will become the habit. Then it will become its habit. So same thing that when you are not, you will feel unhappy with the things that happens that what you don't want. Once you become unhappy 1 time, 2 times, slowly it becomes your habit. So you have to change the habit. So that's why what you have to do is what I teach you, the meditation avoidance. Just do it with a few times a day, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, at least try for 3-4 weeks, okay? Then slowly it will become your habit, okay? So once it's become your habit, then it will be very easy, okay? Then it will become so easy. You got it? So that's you have to do the 3 to 4 weeks, okay? So while doing it, this meditation, if you find that it's very difficult, it's very uneasy, if you find very difficult, so if you want to ask me any question, you know how you have to ask me. Let me tell you the one thing. One long time back, it's Vietnam. There is one nun came and they told me that she lives in the mountain, and she have the few. Sometimes when she meditate, then how should I ask her? How should she ask me? And then I told her, you find the way. Then she told me one thing. Can I visit her in her dream? So that's why she can ask the question. So there is one better way. Don't need the dream, okay? We can meet in the Zoom, okay? If you are there, okay, that's much better. So every week I'm having the session of the class in the Zoom, okay? Different countries, I'm having the online classes in the Zoom. If you're interested, so maybe I'll open up the one class for the American students, so Zoom class. So if you're interested, and then you can contact the Sandy, okay? Tell the Sandy, and you can write on. Then every week I'll come on the Zoom, and we will go more deeper in the stages of the meditation, more deeper. Today what I touch is a very general points, okay? then we get more deeper. So I'm sure that sometimes that when you meditate, you might have a lot of the questions, no? Because it is not like that when I guide you one time, immediately you cannot become the perfect, no? To become the perfect, you have to practice also, you need a trainer, no? And the guidance. So that's why I can be like a trainer and the guidance, okay? I always tell the one thing, the student, when you study for the few years with me, when you learn so well, then you have to leave me and go your own way. Because it's like a child. When the child sit on the mother's lap all the time, that child will not learn how to walk. Child have to walk and it will fall down, then again stand up and they'll try to learn to walk, okay? So if you're more later in the future, okay, later if you're interested to join that Zoom class, then contact the Sandy. Yeah, Sandy, and the Sandy will, Sandy will get, okay, Sandy will let you know, okay, that is the one thing. Now after that there was some request of the refuge vow, so I will give you the short refuge vow, okay. Refuge vow is generally, I will explain the little bit about the refuge vow. Refuge vow means that taking a Buddha, okay, seeing the Buddha as your guidance and the Dharma as your advice, okay? Buddha, the Dharma as advice, Sangha as your friends, okay? That is called a very short, very easy way. I will explain what does the refuge means, okay? Now, taking the refuge means the Buddha means taking the Buddha as the mentor or the teacher, okay? That is what I think. Let me tell you the one thing. Before I'm coming here, America, from the India, I have a stop in the Poland, Warsaw. Then I have stayed one night in the Poland, Warsaw, okay, city. There's no monks in there, no? And that morning, Warsaw morning, I went out in the street, and I do the exercise, no, stretching the exercise in the quiet. I'm in the city center, no. So I'm doing the stretch and the exercise. Little bit act like a little bit crazy, okay? In the street and jump and did the exercise. Actually, my intention is that these people who have not seen the monk, at least I wish them can achieve the Buddha's the blessings and seeing the monks' robes and wearing them, achieve the Buddha's blessing, and they can achieve the enlightenment in their life. So that's my intention. I did, because if I don't act a little bit like an exercise, a little bit of crazy way, I cannot pull their attention, no? They will ignore me. So I want to see me. So wearing this dress, you get my point. So that is a thing that when you take Buddha's means are things that are two ways, okay? Buddha sees your mentor, and my way, how I look at the Buddha is I don't look myself to achieve the Buddhahood. I always say that I want my student become the Buddha before me. That's my really wish. So that's why the one time, the India, there is very holy temple in the India, Buddha's temple. When I was there, I prayed the Buddha and I told the Buddha that please bless all my students who achieve the enlightenment before me. I don't want to achieve the enlightenment because I want my student to achieve the enlightenment before me. So that's why when you're taking the refuge to the Buddha, there's a two way. When you think the others to become the Buddha, think others can be liberated from all the suffering. That is the first way of taking the refuge to the Buddha, okay? Refuge to the Dharma means as the Buddha's teaching, you have to take this as an advice, okay? Let me ask you the one thing. Do you know the psychology, no? Sociology, no? There are a lot of logi. But have you ever heard the life logi? That is Buddhism is a life logi, okay? So life logi means that is the how to teach you how you have to live, how to live the meaningful and the happy life. That's the Buddha's teaching. You have to take as an advice to how to live the life as a very meaningful way, how to live the life with a very peaceful way. So that is the Buddha's teaching is a thing as a life logi, okay? There is one person, there is a professor, he went to the village, and that when he went to the village, there is a river and he have to cross the river. So there is no bridge to cross over the river, then he have to take a boat. And there's a person who's, how to say, the row, no? How do you call the row, the boat, no? Huh? Rowboat. The person who's rowing the boat is a the person a very poor man. Then the professor asked him, did you study the science? The person told, I never been to the school, I'm so poor. So the professor told, then your 20% of your life is wasted. Then professor told him, did you study the history? And the poor man said, no, because I'm so poor, so I didn't went to school. I never studied that history. Then he told the 40% of your life is wasted. Then professor asked that, then he was rowing the boat in the middle of the river. Then professor asked him, oh, have you studied the philosophy? Then he said, I'm so poor, I'm not studied the philosophy. Then professor told, you have wasted the 60% of your life. Then middle of the river, then the boatman asked the professor, have you studied the swimology? Professor asked, what is the swimology? That means that you asked, did you learn how to swim? Professor said, no. Then the boatman told him that now that you are 100% of your life is wasted. Professor asked, how? Then the boatman said, now I saw there is a hole in my boat. In the few minutes, boat is going to sink. I'm going to the other side of the river by swimming. If you don't know the swimming, then you will die here. So your 100% of the life is now wasted. So it is like that. Sometimes if you look at in our life, there are a lot of the things that the most important thing is that that story shows that sometimes that it is quite important to understand that in the life there are a lot of the things we have to know. Not only that these are the education what you learn from the schools. And the one thing is that the Buddha's Dharma is something that advice for that us to live the life very peaceful. So that is also the quite important. So that's why when you take the refuge to the Dharma, that means that I will learn it. That's the meaning that, okay? Whether you believe or whether you trust or not important. At least try to learn and understand it. If you feel right, then you can accept it. If you don't feel right, you don't have to accept it. So that's why I always tell that the people that don't believe the Buddha, don't believe the Dharma, I always said, understand the Buddha, understand the Dharma. Understanding is more important than believing. Once you understand it, then you can try, then you can do. That is the main thing. Buddha always tell that Buddha never told that accept what he say. Always Buddha tell him to understand it, analyze it. So that's what you have to do. Okay, take the refuge to the Dharma means at least try to understand it, okay? Once you understand it, then you can decide. Right or wrong, you can decide later. Once you believe it, then you cannot decide the right or wrong. You got it? So that, okay, then the refuge to the Sangha. Third point is you will also associate with the people who really practice the well Dharma, okay? Associate with those people who really practice the Dharma well. Practicing the Dharma well means who do it very rightly, okay? So that is mainly the refuge meaning, okay? So now when you take the refuge, and if you can change the habit, that will be great, okay? After you take the refuge, then have you heard about the 5 precepts? Not to drink the alcohol, not to kill. You have heard that, no? Not to steal, and then not to commit the adultery. Yeah, okay, they are we call the 5 precepts. Everyone knows it, no? So if you can just 5%, you don't have to follow all the 5, okay? At least try to follow 1, minimum 1, maximum 4, okay? Don't go for 5. I think that then you cannot do the minimum 1, okay? Most difficult one is the not telling the lie is the most difficult, okay? So you don't have to follow that, okay? I know that. If you follow right now, I think tomorrow you will go and tell the one lie. Whether white lie or something, you will tell the lie, okay? So that is most difficult one you don't want. I will not encourage you to follow that, okay? So easiest one, not to killing, okay? Not to kill any insect. That is easier, okay? Not to kill. And the second thing is not to drink the alcohol, okay? If you have to choose only one, I will tell you not to drinking the alcohol. If you want to choose only one, not to drink the alcohol. Buddha said the one very clearly that whoever drinks alcohol, I am not the master of that person. He clearly said that. So that's why not to drink the alcohol, okay? Because this is why the importance, okay? My uncle, he really was a great person. Very close to me, and he really lots of them, and he cared to me. My uncle lost his life mainly because of the alcohol. That is, alcohol really damaged the people's life, health, everything it will get damaged, okay? So that's why That's even if you eat the meats or kill the small insect, it will not damage your life. But the drinking the alcohol really damage your health and life. So that's why if among the 5%, if you have to choose, if you want to choose only one, I will encourage you to choose not to drink the alcohol. If you want to choose 2, then not drink the alcohol and then not to kill. Okay, not to kill. Sometimes it's quite difficult when you come to the mosquito. No. Yeah, mosquito, no? Do you kill a mosquito? Okay, not to kill means, well now, I always tell the people that when you think to not to kill the mosquito, at least give a chance, okay? When the mosquito comes to bite you, at least give a one chance to mosquito, okay? Not kill immediately, okay? Kill, at least give a one chance, okay, mosquito, okay, try that. One time in the Taiwan, there is one lady. When I met her first time, she's not my student. And front of me, she just killed the mosquito. Then I told her the next time, just give her one chance to the mosquito. Just shoot the mosquito one time. If mosquito comes second time, then do whatever you want. I told her, do whatever you want. At least give the one chance. That really mosquito deserve the one chance. Then after the years later, then she told me now she stopped killing all the insect. Completely changed. Then she became my student later, yeah. So the same thing, okay, at least give her one chance, okay. If I go and tell you not to kill it, sometimes you will feel like a very much of then you will feel these rules are taking away all your freedom, no? Actually, you should know that these rules are not to take away your freedom, okay? It brings you on the right track, okay? To comes on the right track, you need the rules, okay? Okay, so that's the thing, okay? Now I'll give the vow, and if you, taking the refuge vow and practicing it's quite a simple, okay? Now, okay, first, most important thing is after taking the vow, all most important things are try to understanding the Buddha's teaching, okay? Try to understand his teaching. Then you can decide right or wrong, you can decide later, okay? Once you understand, even you decide the Buddha's teaching is wrong, very fine, there's nothing wrong with it, okay? If you understand properly, that's a very important, okay? One time I met one lady, and she told me that she want to start with the Buddhism, how she have to start the Buddhism. So then I told her that when you start to learn the Buddhism, think that maybe Buddhism came to 50% right, 50% wrong. With that attitude, you have to study the Buddhism, learn the Buddhism. So, okay, so that's why that's the refuge vow means that, okay? Okay, then in the refuge vow is in the Tibetan language, you can just follow after me, okay? Lobe, Gongso, Se, Da, Mende, Shejiwa, Tu, Dene, Sonde, Chisi, Choye, Bardo, Kangni, Namji, Cho, Sanje La, Japso, Chiwo, Doja, Da, Chalwa, Namji, Cho, Chola, Japso, Chiwo, Cho, Namji, Cho, Gindula, Japso Chiwo, Da, Chisi, Soye, Bardo, Japsum, Zimbe, Genye, Tu, Zumbe, Sundu, Su, Da, Chisi, Soye, Bardo, Japsum, Zimbe, Genye, Tu, Zumbe, Sundu, Su, Da, Chisi, Soye, Bardo, Japsum, Zimbe, Genye, Tu, Lobe, Ji, Sundu, Su. Okay, now here you get refuge and at least try to among the 5 precepts, at least try to follow the one, okay? At least one, maximum 4, okay? Don't go for 5, okay? At least, okay? Don't worry, if you today you just promised not to drink the alcohol. Tomorrow if you drink the alcohol, don't worry, next time I will come and I will give you the vow again, okay? Don't take it really that, don't think that, okay, if you break it, then don't think that if you break it, and don't think that you will take the very big mistake, okay? Yeah, you try your best. If you cannot, I will come again and give you again, okay? One time in the Oregon, This is, Oregon, I was giving a talk for the school, and the one small kid, I asked, there's a full of this, this class, I think they're the junior school, so there are a lot of the kids. So then I told that kids that, do you know that how many rules I follow? Like, Mom, they told me they don't have an idea. So I told I have to follow the 253 rules. Then the one kid asked me the question, if you break the rules, what happens? Then I told nothing will happen. So same thing, okay? When you break that rule, so you don't, if you break the rules, then again, I will come again and I will give you the vow again, okay? So you try that, okay? At least at one time, I don't think that you can follow that, no? You have to try and try, then you will get success, no? But the one thing you always remember, okay? Once you fail doing the right thing, when you fail the doing the right thing, it's 100 times better than getting the success in doing the wrong thing, okay? When you fail to do the right thing, it's 100 times better than the failing, getting the success in doing the wrong thing, okay? So that's why if you fail, don't worry. You fail at doing the right things, okay? So that was far much better than getting the success and doing the wrong thing, okay? So that's why I tried, okay? And so alcohol and the killing and I think most difficult is not telling the lie, okay? That I don't think that you can do that, okay? Not that easy, no? So even the not telling the lie, I suffered a lot, okay? Yeah, because I think the one time in Taiwan, I was drinking some soup and the soup didn't taste good. So I give to my student, I told him, okay, drink this, this is not good, this tastes not good. Then my student told me, Rinpoche, you should not say like that. You should say that people, oh, it's a healthy drink. So not telling the lie is not easy, no. So that's why, okay, it will be quite difficult. So but I'm not encouraging you to tell the lie, okay? I'm not encouraging, okay? I'm telling you that it's not that easy, no, not to tell the lie. Every time, day-to-day life, it is not that easy, okay? So that's why I always tell the student, if you not tell the lie, you should not tell the lie, even the one small lie. If you start to tell the lie, you should tell 100 of the lies. If you tell 100 of the lies, then it will become the truth. Yeah, that's the truth, no? If you don't steal, I always tell that if you don't steal even the one small penny. If you steal, you have to steal very big, like a country, steal the country, then you will become a king. Okay, if you steal the small money, you will put in the jail. If you steal the country, you will become a king. You got it? So that's how you have to do, okay? So that's why, okay, if you tell the lie, you have to tell 100 of the lies, okay? 100 of the lies, then it will become the truth. Have you heard that saying? Even it's a lie, if you repeat it 100 times, it will become the truth. Okay, so that is something, okay, you have to know that. So whether if you don't tell the lie, never tell a lie, okay? One time I was giving the refuge, well, my student, she asked me that if she can drink a little alcohol, little wine, not too many. After taking the vow, she told me that. So I told her, no, you cannot do that. Then that student told me that some other master tell that after taking the vow, you can have a little is okay. Then I told her, what is the definition of the little alcohol, little amounts of alcohol? That is a 1 glass or 2 glass or 3 glass or half glass. What is the definition of the little? Really, for the drunkard, one big, the glass of the alcohol is a very little. For drunkard. So there is no definition. So Buddha said that even the 1 sip of the alcohol not to drink. So when you don't drink, don't drink. If you drink, then you go and drink 4 or 5 bottles of the beer, okay? Okay, there is no middle way, okay? So remember that, okay? Okay, thank you so much, okay? And today I'll stop here, okay? Thank you.
Any question? Do you have some question? Some question?
Oh, question? Okay, go on, any question, no?
without, it's okay, too loud.
Too loud?
Just say.
Okay. Rinpoche, for many years in America, a lot of people have the mental issue. So they will go to see the mental doctor. So almost the mental doctor will tell them, all your suffering or all your life issue is because your childhood trauma. So the childhood trauma play a very important role, totally impact your whole life. Nobody can really resolve the childhood trauma. So my question is, Rinpoche, what is your perspective about childhood trauma? And the second question is trauma equal to karma? Are they the same or they have some difference? And last question is there any Buddha's teaching or mantra that we can use and cultivate to resolve our own childhood trauma, and when we're helping others to resolve their childhood trauma?
Okay. First thing that you have to understand that childhood trauma is very clearly mentioned in the Buddhism, but the different way. In the Buddhism, have you heard the terms called the imprints? That is how we call the imprints. When you feel sad, that sadness will keep some imprints in your mind. That imprint will trigger. So like a child, even I can call the bird phobia. I'm scared with the bird. My mother used to tell me that when I was age of the 5, in our home they keep the parrot. She told me parrot bite me or parrot scream at me. Since that, then I got very scared. I don't remember that parrot bite me. I don't remember that. But my mother used to tell me that. So that's why when the parrot bite or scream to me, moment I got very strong fear, scared. That scared comes the imprint. The Buddhism called that imprint in mind. That imprint is a very strong imprint in the mind, and that imprint, all the time when I see the bird, I will get scared. It is like a trauma, no? Trauma. Now, how I overcome that? I meditate. What I meditate is, I meditate and I just, before even the birds comes 3 feet over there, I will get scared. I cannot sit. Immediately I feel so scared. Then what I did is I meditate. I visualize the birds coming near to me. I'm sitting nearby the birds. Then slowly I visualize the birds sitting on my lap. Then I meditate, I'm just patting the birds on the head. It really helped me. More than 60 to 70% fears reduced. Now even the birds come very close to here, I will not get scared. Still, I have a little bit hesitate to touch the bird. Still, I have that. Earlier, the bird comes next to I will get so scared. This is the meditation I'm doing that. Now, you call me the child trauma. There will be a lot of the different traumas. There is no mantra. You have to go through the meditation. That's why if you look at the segment from called the psychoanalysis, these all the methods. Method is what they're using. These all the methods and what they're doing. Also, method is some Buddhism. From the Buddhism practices, we can have a lot of different meditation that we can do that. We can help them to overcome that trauma. So that's why the childhood trauma, they will have a lot of different traumas. Like an example, some will have a trauma, when you are very child, when your parents hit you or they very much hit you, you will have a very trauma of that, child abuse trauma.
Yes.
For that overcome, what you have to do, you have to bring the more strong, the imprints, different imprints. Whether your parents beats you, because of that imprint, your child beat you, then you need a very strong imprint, like a compassion. Now see that the compassion towards your parents, how you develop to see the positive qualities of your parents. I have one experience with quite a number of the students, they have the very bad, the experience with their parents. So because of mainly goes back to their childhood. Maybe their parents shouted at them and they're still like that, not shouted at them or like that. For them, it's a very important to meditation to think about the positive qualities of their parents, and to think about like that, and bring more positive imprints in their mind. So that's why when you're saying the child trauma, there will be a lot of different traumas. Everything overcome it is we have to use the different kinds of the methods or the different kind of the meditations, and we have to use that. So that will be the helpful. That will be the helpful for them. And the one thing we should know that this is the, I will not say this is the, trauma is the one of them, that is the problem. But the some problem is, I don't think it's related with the trauma. I don't think it will relate with trauma. It comes very much of the past life karma. But not all will be the childhood trauma. Sometimes will come with the past life, the karma, no? Past life karma. Like an example, like sometimes the sickness, no? Sometimes you look at the sickness, and one lady told me that she was going through the cancer. Her family, there is no history of the cancer. She do the regular exercise, eat all the organic foods. Why she have to have like this disease? Like this kind that even the doctors cannot explain. Because of the genetic, there is a whole family don't have no history of this kind of the sickness. So that's where it comes out the past, like the karma, no? Karmas. So that's why we have to look case by case. We have to look they will be case by case. We have to look, and we can see that a lot of the different cases, the methods we have to use.
One question from the Zoom audience. What is the one most important advice or recommendation Rinpoche has for Zoom students, since we were not in the empowerment yesterday?
We are not?
Empowerment yesterday. They were not on Zoom yesterday. They could not attend the Zoom empowerment session yesterday. So what advice do you have for the Zoom students who were not able to get the empowerment yesterday?
I see, advice for them. Okay, student who cannot...
There's 18 students are online.
Okay, who cannot come to the empowerment, and also for the advice, no? Okay, very simple advice. Next time come to empowerment. Okay. This time cannot come, next time, okay, come to the empowerment. That is the advice.
Last question from here.
Rinpoche, sorry, in my question, I asking, is there any Buddhist mantra that we can recite, and gradually it will automatically resolve?
I see, there is no mantra. There is no mantra to refine. Because if there is one mantra, if the mantra can refine it, Buddha will not give the teaching of the 50 years. Because different method you have to use it. If there is one mantra, Buddha will repeat that mantra all the time. So Buddha cannot repeat that mantra because there is no mantra. Because if there is one mantra, Buddha will keep that mantra. Buddha have not. But that's why the Buddha have to teach with the 50 years, because case by case. Because they had a lot of the different people, different, the kinds of the problem, different kind of the mental issue. So that's why the Buddha gives a lot of the different methods. So that's why the Buddha gives a lot of different methods, different advices. So it is something like so that's why I always tell the student that one thing that I always tell student that when you die and when you're born in the Buddha's, the pure land, no? Buddha's land. Buddha will never ask you that how many mantra you chant. He will never ask you that. I tell that the Buddha, because the Buddha is not an accountant. If he's an accountant, the number is so important. So he's not an accountant, he will never ask you how many mantra you chant. But we chant a lot. We chant a lot all the time, like we chanting the mantra a lot, as we think like a Buddha is an accountant. So number is so important. But in the reality, number is not important. All this mantra, very honest, I never chant any mantras. Because all my focus, I read all the time with the Buddha's, the Pancaparamita Sutra, I'm not so sure. Pancaparamita Sutra, no? The 8,000 verses of the Pancaparamita Sutra. Because I read that, because I want to really gain the wisdom like a Buddha. Only way to remove the suffering is the wisdom. To gain the wisdom. That wisdom you have to use that, overcome the sufferings and the other suffering through the only wisdom. When you chant the mantra, then the wisdom has no work. We only chant the mantra can have, then the wisdom have nothing to do. So that's why the Buddha always emphasizes on the wisdom. Not okay. So because the people like to chant the mantra, because I always tell people are so lazy. No, this is very easy work. Every time they want to need a shortcut. Let me ask you the one thing. You go the bookshop. You the bookshop and you see the two books. Okay, how to become a rich in the 10 years, and the one book say how to become the rich in the one night. You will buy the which book?
One night.
It is not possible at all, but still you like to buy that. Because you want a shortcut, which is even you know it is not possible, but still you will do that. It's not possible, no? But still you will do that because we are so lazy. So that's why the mantra chanting becomes so popular, because people are so lazy, they want to shortcut. And the reality, there is no shortcut at all. So that's why the Buddha told the wisdom, Paramita Sutra, 8,000 verses, because Buddha emphasizes too much of the wisdom. So that's why there's no mantra to remove all these problems. The only way is through the wisdom. So yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, Rinpoche, so much for your kindness and generosity for teaching us for 3 days. And I hope you continue to teach us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And also I would like to thank Sandy, Deepkar, USA for organizing this event in collaboration with our university. And also we hope to offer another course on meditation from our community education course when new boys have a time. And also I would like to thank Melvin for driving technical. And thank you all for attending for these 3 days. Thank you again. I'll see you soon. Thank you.
And if you want to join the Zoom class, you can contact the Sandy, okay? Sandy will.
Also, Deepkar also organized a trip to India, Dharamsala, Bodh Gaya, so please join us.
Thank you.